Mike Wissell.
Hey.
Do you have a new bicycle?
I do have a new, well, it's a newish bicycle. It's the bike that I got this year. It's a fun bicycle. It's purple and sometimes blue. You know.
That's pretty much your Wicked Pro bike right there.
So,
That's the whole thing.
So pro.
It's purple.
It's purple sometimes and blue.
All right, so speaking of Wicked Pro, you were at 3rd place today at the Battle of Burlingame. Did not win the battle.
I did not win the battle. I was put to the sword, as it were, in the charge of the lapped riders, which we had many lapped riders. It was actually really fun. It was great, like riding in a good group, and it was like me and Al and Neil, and it was fun. We kind of took turns going through stuff and kind of trying to get around lapped riders and people doing the 6-hour race that have been riding for 5 hours and were not super interested in deviating from what they were doing at that moment. Understandably, probably pretty blown. You've been riding single speed for 5.5 hours. You're not in the mood to do anything, but like, also like, I don't want to crash and die in the bushes. It was interesting. This course is great. It's really fun. It's a lot of up and down, like, you know, sandy corners, super fast, hopping over stuff. The bridges were totally fine. If it was wet, I imagine that would be a very different situation. You definitely pay the price if you go into those little side roads. It was a good time out there. This is a great race. It's a lot of fun. But I got
so you're in that, like, the pain train, as they say?
The vomit comet? Yeah, that was me.
Where'd you get popped up that thing?
It was on the ridge. I think it was on the ridge where Al had a gap. Al went in the front and was like riding and like got around a lap rider and like got a gap, like a pretty big gap. And then Neil was just like, where, and like shut it down. And I tried to get around and like kind of clawed back on. And then on the ridge, there was another lap rider and it was just lights out. And I did not have it. I could not. I mean, we're all going as hard as we can, and if you get space in between, you can only go as hard as you can. And if that is exactly how fast you were going, you're not going to close the gap. And Neil seemed really excited about going faster, and I was less excited about going faster. I ended up catching Al at the end, but he did in fact beat me, which was most sad. But probably good for him. He's very happy to beat me. Shame.
All right, thanks, Mike.